If you're in grad school, I want you to pause for just 5 seconds. Now ask yourself, do I know exactly how many weeks are left in my PhD? If you hesitated, this video is for you, because that uncertainty alone might be the very reason why you're stuck, overwhelmed, or quietly drifting toward a delayed graduation. Let me show you one ridiculously simple but incredibly powerful tool that can flip your focus, skyrocket your productivity, and help you finish your PhD on time, with confidence. Do you know what's scarier than a failed experiment? Waking up in your 3rd year of a PhD and realizing you don't even know how you got there. 4 years seem like a lot, right? But now it's flying by. You blink and suddenly you're behind. You're anxious, overwhelmed, panicked, and the scary part? You're not the only one. This is the silent struggle of so many PhD students, and it's the reason why graduating on time has become the exception, not the rule. But today I want to show you a simple, powerful productivity hack, one that can shift your mindset, bring you clarity, and help you stay focused all the way to the finish line. Trust me, this one tool could be the difference between a delayed graduation and a confident, on-time completion. Let's dive in. Warning, this one idea might feel too simple to work, but it's backed by psychology, and it might just save your PhD timeline. See, nobody tells you this when you start, but 4 years isn't really that long. Not when you're juggling research, papers, maybe teaching, maybe even life responsibilities outside the lab. It feels long at first, so much freedom, so much flexibility. You tell yourself, I've got time, I'll figure it out, and for a while, it works. Until one day, you realize you're in year 3, and that someday you kept waiting for, it's now. The pressure hits. The unfinished chapters pile up. You start feeling stuck, lost, maybe even ashamed. And you look around and realize you're not the only one delaying graduation. It's happening everywhere. And whether you're aiming for industry, a postdoc, or a faculty job, one thing is true. A delayed PhD delays everything else. Your career, your finances, your future, even your relationships. So what's really going on here? Why do so many brilliant, hardworking students struggle to stay on track? It's not laziness. It's not lack of skill. It's the illusion of time. Ever wonder why you're busy but not really progressing? This might explain everything. The moment you enter your PhD, you're handed this massive gift, freedom. No structured syllabus, no weekly exams, no clear deadlines. You get to control your own schedule, and at first, that feels amazing. But that freedom, it's deceptive. Because without urgency, your brain relaxes. It tells you, don't worry, we've got time. And that message becomes a habit that turns into months of drift. And suddenly, you've crossed the halfway mark without even realizing it. This is where so many of us slip. We're not lazy, we're unanchored. Now here's the shift. What if you could see your PhD timeline not as a vague, distant concept, but as something tangible? What if you had a visual reminder that said, this is how much time you really have? That's where the PhD countdown calendar comes in. Want to trick your brain into staying productive without extra willpower? This next part is key. This is the tool that can change everything. It's deceptively simple, but don't underestimate it. Here's what you do. Take your entire PhD duration, let's say 4 years, convert it into weeks. That's about 208 weeks. Now, break it down. Make a weekly calendar, starting from week 1 and going all the way to week 208. Every Sunday or end of the week, cross out one box. That's it. But here's the magic. As you see each week disappear, something shifts in your mind. You start realizing, that week is gone. I can't get it back. What did I do with it? And more importantly, how will I use the ones I have left? This tool doesn't create panic. It creates presence. It doesn't overwhelm. It brings clarity. Instead of guessing how far along you are, you now know exactly where you stand. You've got a big picture view of your PhD. You can zoom in and plan the months, weeks, even days ahead, and suddenly, you're not drifting anymore. You're driving. Still think this is just a calendar? Wait till you hear the brain science behind it. This technique works because it taps into something deep in how the brain operates. See, when goals feel distant, like I'll write my thesis someday, your brain sees them as vague and low priority. But when you say, I have 104 weeks left, the brain wakes up. It shifts into goal mode. It starts solving, planning, prioritizing. This is called temporal construal theory. The closer a goal feels in time, the more focused and concrete your thinking becomes. That's why this countdown calendar is more than just a planner. It's a mindset reset. It transforms your future into something you can touch week by week. And here's the thing. When you use this tool, something powerful starts to happen. You begin to respect your time. You stop overloading your to-do list with busy work. You start saying no to things that don't matter. You begin focusing on tasks that actually move your thesis forward. And here's the important part. You stop trying to be perfect, and you start trying to make progress. Every week you don't track is a week you can't get back. So here's how to start today. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters, intentionally, within the time you have. Now, some people ask, doesn't this make you panic seeing time tick away? But let me tell you, it's not panic, it's power. It's power to say, I know where I am, I know where I'm going, and I'm in control. Without this awareness, it's way too easy to get lost, to get stuck in rabbit holes, to spend weeks tweaking figures that don't matter, or rereading papers just to feel productive. But when you see the weeks slipping by, you think differently. You prioritize writing that chapter, finishing that analysis, booking that meeting with your advisor. Because now you know, time is not infinite, it's moving, and you're moving with it, on purpose. Over time, this habit compounds. You start the week with intention, you end the week with clarity. You track not just what you did, but how far you've come. And maybe for the first time in your PhD journey, you stop feeling lost. You feel grounded, focused, capable. So if you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of how to get back on track, start here. Right after this video, sit down, open a calendar, count the number of weeks left in your program. Block them out. Start crossing them off every week. Or download my free PhD countdown calendar in the description and get started today. This tiny shift, this one calendar, can completely change how you experience the next year, 2 years, or however long you've got. And when graduation day comes, and it will, you'll look back and say that one decision made all the difference. If this video gave you clarity, motivation, or even a little kickstart, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so this message reaches more grad students stuck in the same fog. Subscribe for more tools, systems, and real talk about navigating graduate school with confidence. And drop a comment below. What week are you in? Let's keep each other accountable. Remember, no one finishes their PhD by accident. They finish with intention, with systems, and with belief that their time matters. Make this your turning point. Start the calendar. Start the countdown. Start now.